I'm back. James is going to be back in just a moment too, and we're ready with the game. It's ready now because they're already jumping out of the plane. So I do hope that we'll get on over. There we go. James is going to be back in just a short moment, but until then, I will have the joy of talking this one over. And as you can see here, guys, Southern Plane opts for crazy shenanigans. Se7en, they're going to go down south. They don't want to fly all the way up to Razak, and Moonwolf going down south once again as well. Shouldn't be the biggest issues coming in for any of them. And of course, we haven't really said it today, but I think most of you guys know it already. The fact that if you don't already have it up, there is a map stream going simultaneously to what we're seeing here. Very useful if you're a person that likes to keep track of not only what we get to see in the mainstream, but what all these teams are doing as far as rotations and everything of this sort. And Avangar, well, I mean, seems like they were kind of considering going up towards Georgia Pole, but Besiktas going up in that direction too made them think otherwise. And now they're going down south. Se7en landing with Yannick here. That should be interesting. And welcome back, James.
Well done.
He's clapping, by the way.
Yeah, I was clapping. Did you not hear that? I didn't go through the mic. I'm really. Oh my god. I'm relieved. I'm feeling good. You know, full energy.
That's good.
I'm sure I can last another 30-minute game before the bladder gives up once again. But what a lot of these teams might give up on is a late rotation, because the circle has popped all the way away from Quickmath, miles away from Quickmath this time at least, towards the west-hand side, and there is a good 40% of water within it.
We've had decent circles to begin things with, and then now we get the rough one to begin with, and who knows, maybe we'll actually get some somewhat center circles later on in the game, because hard shifts in Circle 4-5 has been it has been a factor. Both today and yesterday as well. Crazy days of late game, like mid game, I guess you should say, hard shifts in the tournament so far.
At least for Avangar, right? They've gone down south. They've gone towards Primorsk in there as well, but they're fighting alongside Winside and PG-18 in this one. So is this their now attempt to, okay, the plane wasn't great. We've gone down for Primorsk again. Still no other teams really go here, but can we take some early fights and kills? Will we see the aggressive Avangar come out? Remember the Phase 1 Avangar where it was
scary.
No matter what team it was, they were just getting involved, fighting teams off. Is that what they're looking to do to try and help themselves end on a good run here? And maybe not just in placement points, but they get the kills. That's what I can see them trying to go for.
The thing is, Avangar is scary.
Yeah.
They are an aggressive team, but I only ever see them succeed in doing so when they're together.
Yes. Yep.
That's a big factor in their strength, is that they play just like when we see Besiktas. I mean, sure, we can now just saw Simsi and Tom do crazy things on their own, but then we could say, for example, when we see Zoekt Een Naam, really hard to deal with when they're coming four guys together, right? And here as well, I mean, for Avangar in particular, I rarely ever see Tuck have a great one-man moment. On Octave, I've seen do it a couple of times. Max can land his long-range shots, but both him and Se7en, I mean, I don't really see those crazy one-man things. They do great things when they're with the full team, because they can fill their role, but I rarely ever see them have their kind of one-off moments. So them being split off like this right now, I don't think they're going to aggress on anything.
Do you think it could be just the current meta and how we're playing PUBG is just Avangar haven't found their groove into it now?
No, because they were doing well in the group stage.
Yeah, but against lesser teams, I think when it comes down to a harder set of opponents, because
that's
this
the thing,
definitely
right?
doesn't look like, even when we got to the end of Phase 1 last time, they still were such a scary team.
Yeah, and I think one of the big factors in all of that is, I mean, sure, we can argue very convincingly that the average level per team is higher now that we're in the finals.
Yeah.
But also now they're up against a lot more teams that play their playstyle.
And also this nade meta is not exactly something you say Avangar have been known for, is it? Like
no, I mean,
some teams are literally nailing, like Simsi can line up a nade and make that land, 6 times out of 10, which is still an impressive number.
They'll just toss him all over the place. And of course, I mean, that's a... James is dead. I don't know what's going on. In any case, we do see Nemrith securing himself an M249. That's beneficial. No.
Just your danglish coming back out, mate. That's all it is.
Okay, I think James misunderstood what I was trying to say there for a second. In any case...
Just the wording you used, mate. Just the wording you used. If you enjoy watching Simsi toss it, then that's completely up to you.
I said toss them. Not him, James. He's not gonna toss himself at people. That would be weird, right? In any case, no tag. They're getting themselves looted up. Gatka is gonna be a spot they'll be having to secure because PG they have. Well, I mean they've committed to a smaller radius of cover, which makes sense in the aspect of other teams. Well, as we can see, currently speeding their way towards him.
I like it. They're going for a longer rotation here for We Need a Home and come down in from the north. They actually surpass Quickmath in this one, which is going to be the interesting thing because Quickmath again, can they do the heroics to see themselves at least get a good placement point position off the back of it? If they can keep racking up these points, it's just scary how far they might be able to go.
Gamerlegion is speeding in between multiple teams, and well, I mean, 2 games in a row now, they've had some really tough early rotations, and this one could become one of those as well. But fortunately, well, at least for now, they find a place to call their own, and of course, it's not the most optimal place to end the game cover-wise, but at least for now, they can sit somewhat tight. Bullets are going to fly over their heads, but they should be all right for now.
And this is it. Gamerlegion may have found a spot, but it is between Avangar, PG18, Se7en, and Winside all around them, as you can see on the map here. Our military team and Novo team making their way across, and they will actually join up. Usually they split the bridge and just take their own space and go across it.
Yeah. It was interesting that the one game Moonwolf wasn't playing yesterday, Northern Lights put up a bridge camp against 4AK. We hadn't really seen them do any sort of bridge camp. It wasn't really bridge camp. It was actually on the northern side of Ferry Pier. They were waiting for them down there because they expected them to come through that direction. We haven't really seen them trying to do this against Moonwolf, just because I guess they figure, okay, Moonwolf, they know we're here, we know they're there. I mean, it's just we'll let them do their thing, we'll do our thing. But it worked really well against 4AK in that game, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them trying to do something similar this time around. Because of course, the military at the bridge, you're gonna stop, you're gonna scout, you're gonna make sure no one's there. But you can always find these off-angle positions once they do cross the bridge, where they're like, oh, there was no one on the bridge, there's going to be no one around at all. That's where you're sitting and waiting.
Well, we've just looked at where Northern Lights have gone. They've gone away across, got themselves in a circle, they'll control around Ferry Pier. Quizzy's still on military base, and Moonwolf, some of them are even out their vehicles. He could be in for a world of hurt if he is not careful, because he's going to drive on by them. Yeah,
he will be hurt for sure. Now they're running down towards him as well. In the meantime, Rip is going to drive on forward, and Silenzo is going to shoot a few bullets off as well. Quizzy is going to manage to make his way into safety, as we know, but here in Silenzo, a few shots fired, backs off immediately. I like this same simultaneousness of that situation, because we had the exact same thing happen on the northern side as in the south.
Great minds think alike. They've got the plan of how they want to try and make it work. Quizzy is still being chased around Military Island.
And now he's in a boat, but the question is whether he'll be able to leave there or not. In the meantime, Clip and Hannibro, well, they'll be making their way on forward. And finally, here we go. Quizzy being spotted out, as you can see. Moonwolf, they're chasing.
Yeah, this is nice. Quizzy's baited him out towards the beach, right? And now there's other shots coming off towards him. So Quizzy will go down, but it was the rest of Northern Lights who tried to line themselves up to provide some cover fire to help him escape. So it was the best they could do. He wasn't even able to get in the boat in the end. It was something he'd obviously hoped for. But Moonwolf will win that one. But now how do they get on the bridge? If I'm then, just go back, rotate all this. It's only phase 1. Rotate all the way over on this eastern bridge, because you don't want to go across this and fight off against Northern Lights.
So of course, all
what?
What? I can hear production team out back going,
shouting,
what?
Yeah.
What is this circle?
Well, we haven't had an insanity circle for quite some time, Toby, so maybe we were due one, but dear God.
Once Quickmath don't get them, nobody gets them. That's just how it is.
Well, what they've done this time, right, is they've reversed the magnet, and they're just pushing it further away from them. So they're like, if we can get it away, then we're just buggering all the other teams at the same time. So here you go. 4 alive on Quickmath, and they've pushed it as far out of the map as they possibly could.
The funny thing about this is, and for you guys who don't know, this next circle does not have to go center either. I mean, go away from water. We can get one more, as much water as we want, kind of a circle. And now, well, I think this is what we're going to be seeing for quite a while, because Winside, well, they've found themselves Desperado, but Coldamenta found Denethor as well, and that's going to be the engagement to start this fight. Moon, what a beastly angle. And look at that door completely blocked off by US.
That worked out perfectly there. Moon was able to reply with one. Nades coming out now from the boom as well. The watch them try and work their way around. Damage being done, but Tozera's not able to find the knocks coming into play. They'll try and line these ones up, and it's timing again. The boom isn't able to escape, but the pressure is still being applied. Fake's the one running forward. Manages to get the boom down and straight in with a flush. No defense provided here. Donator's trying to spam a few shots backwards, but Fake, he was just a man on a mission.
He's there on his own, though. Calvin is there to help him now, but you can see his HP just 9 added, and other teams are charming in. Ivil is going to be the one to find the knock there, and they knew it. This fight has to be done with quickly, or it will not work. And all of a sudden, Tausira is all on his own. We saw 2 players in Gamerlegion just before get themselves knocked, but all of a sudden now Macken is trying to hold up, and now Hamster is a solo player left alive. Chaos from a circle is forcing these players into situations nobody of them would have wanted to get into.
Not like this, Toby.
Like this, James. Last Erangel game of the face. Let's just finish off with a bang.
Well, Gamerlegion, 3 games of 16th place for them today. But do not worry, guys. They are far up in it. They have plenty of points. And I don't think that's Desperado going out in 15th, is it?
Yep, it is. Tausira, he lost all his teammates before.
So wait a second, does that mean there's a Gamerlegion player still alive? Yeah, Hamster's still up. Okay, so Gamerlegion didn't go out in 16th.
Ooh, Yord. You get out of that car. Stop running. Stop dying.
Wow. And Riddle, they need points. Avangar is still alive and in this. And Avangar have an entire beach to themselves so far, down off towards the southwestern side of it all. So they won't have to get engaged in some of these fights for quite a while.
This is just, I mean, absolute maniac of a circle. We're seeing teams play positions that we rarely ever, if ever,
They've
see.
never been in.
Half the circle isn't even on the map, and the half that is in water. I mean, it's just chaos. I don't even want to think about where the next one can go.
West.
West. We need more west in this circle. Yord does get finished off. Millman's trying to drive on forward. They have a Leah knocked already, so they need to do something here. Page gets spotted as well. Needs to back on off. And, well, I mean, for Zoekt Een Naam, they're sitting together, but they're starting to shoot in multiple directions. Leah taken down. Circle. Be gentle. Well, I mean, it is, I guess, in all fairness, that's pretty much the only place it could go, right? I mean, it couldn't go further west, is what I'm saying, because the center had to be on land and all that stuff.
But it went as far as it could go west, with it still being at the center. So it did its job. It's created...
It's a center circle, James.
More chaos. Yeah, it is actually a center circle.
Yeah.
Moonwolf are in boats, ladies and gentlemen. 2 boats working their way in. I don't know how they're going to get onto the beach, and I don't know how We Need a Home are going to hang on to this one. Paula, Derek, and Rita. Rita quite low on health here. Teammates on the floor all around them. They've not got in for the flush just yet. Nades coming out on Polyderic. He's going to struggle to escape that one. He's the next one going down. And Nemerith, he's large and in charge, trying to get this done, and he is not holding back.
He is very satisfied with having found that weapon earlier. And well, the crazy things about these circles is the one thing is they go the way they do. Another thing is the teams have so little time to react. They have 30 seconds in between everyone. Hamster's staying alive. Get them points.
Looking for more as well. Havoki's the next one to be taken. He won't get the finish off, but Gamerlegion in 15th place, at least some additional points added to it.
But it goes to show, right, because they probably will still be sitting in 2nd place after this
Yeah,
game.
they're so far ahead.
And, I mean, Zoekt Een Naam, they had a week with 3 points total. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Or a day with 3 points total, sorry, make that. And
Yeah, about to say a week's
a
pretty rough.
day with 3 points in total. And despite that, they still find themselves on top. So, clearly, they have things going for them. But I don't know if it was the missing of Bjorn or what it was, but...
Moonwolf, you've actually managed to get on the beach with your 2 boats without being targeted, and then you knock yourself. This is not what you're doing. If you want to try and win this could be a game for you guys, because no one's looking at the beach just yet. You've got Besiktas, Avangar, and Northern Lights close to it, 4 AK up in the north. All the other teams are still fighting for the bit of grassy space they have outside of it.
Let's see now, Mooney spots out Melman from a distance.
Oh, you've got to land those ones, though.
Yeah, it's tough for him not to get those shots in, because they are... All the guys that are east of them, or like southeast of them right now, they are the people that they will have to fight in a matter of 50 seconds. So the more you can damage them now, all the better your chance that you'll get a higher placement.
Now, we've got 14 teams up in it, but only 43 left alive.
Yeah.
Considering how crazy it has been, that's not too bad.
No, it's not. I mean, the only thing is that the center point of this circle is a big field with no cover. We do have 4 shacks in there, sure. And those can be inhabited by 4 teams, potentially. We'll probably see that if the circle centers up. This one, though, has to go away from water and all that stuff, and I think that's why we don't see, like, Se7en, Quickmath, all these people. They don't rotate anywhere. First of all, they don't have anywhere to rotate, but secondly, they're hard expecting the circle to go towards them.
Spray down onto Hanny. Means that that'll be an additional point here for Tornado. We go away from water. The beach is still somewhat included, but we stay in a relatively okay position for a lot of these teams. Tornado will have to work their way in with Zen on the gatekeeping duties. Zinzan's Riddle's got to make his way into it as well. And 4AK, they're going to be matched up against Besiktas as they try to get in. The problem is there's no like empty space for any team to push into, so you have to fight if you're currently outside of the circle.
You need to engage. Everyone's playing the edge right now. Riddle, they do get themselves eliminated since and can only stay alive for so long on his own, and unfortunate for him, he does get eliminated. But this is just, I mean, there's no center to take. If your team on the edge, you can see 4AK, they're driving forward now. Where are they going to go?
2U is going to have a knock on to Moon, though, from Winside. And he'll get the finish off in there as well. Tomil down from Moonwolf. This is not ideal. This is where they have to be careful, because they were looking at where 4AK have gone, who have gone not center, but a better position overall. You can see they've got the shack to play within. Havoki's the point man on it.
You know, things are crazy when you're in phase 4, have to commit to a shack. I mean, that's goes to show, right? Jupesec gets finished off. Tomil spotted from a distance, too.
Yeah, that was from Moonwolf. They managed to take him down a little while ago. Now they finally got someone in to try and res him back up, but there were some shots being landed. And that is where Moonwolf is a scary team. It's just, you don't see it all the time. Like, it really requires Oko to have one of those standout games. And that's why he is the #1 kill fragger in this entire final stage.
Oko's trying to run up. He knew he had the damage. They need to spend time medding up, resting and all that stuff, and that gives him a little bit of a gap to make a push on forward, because they need to make a run away from this beach eventually. And he's going to take his chances now.
Avangar taking shots at Tornado, trying to work their way into this. The car's being blown up, but Melman's able to avoid the damage. Example and Compot jump out, but they're straight away looking for cover.
Targswell trying to assist a little as they're trying to hold off the Tornado players at a distance. What cover do they have, though? Not a whole lot of it. 3 vehicles is all they're going to get.
So much damage coming their way as Northern Lights and Zen, they'll still engage with each other, trading it out for now. Zen right on the edge towards this eastern side. They will get the kill onto OK Bro, though.
Yeah. Trade off in return as well. T-Bone goes down too. Yeah, exactly. Surprised that OK was actually sitting all the way out there. Kind of exposing himself unnecessarily, in my opinion, because there were 3 guys up, but now they're down just a duo.
Se7en still alive and active. They're using the trees for as much cover as possible. They've got Quickmath firing at him as well. Rita from We Need a Home, she's soloing it up. She wasn't found in the end when that whole big fight went down. She was able to escape.
Now this next circle is the one that shrinks really small and becomes tricky for teams that are on the edge. And the thing right now is that except for Se7en, well, I mean, everyone's on the edge pretty much. So, okay, sure, we do have 4AK in the shack, but where are they going to go?
In their shack?
Where are they going to go? Can't rotate anywhere. Didn't really count them in as a factor in that that situation. Moonwolf, well, I mean, they've committed to the prone formation as well. Synchronized proning, is that a sport? I know I got synchronized swimming, but...
I'll take it. I'll do synchronized proning. I'd like to see some real stylish way of getting down.
Yep.
Oh my God, Simsy! I want to see that from first. Was that washout mid-air? Did he jump at that point?
No, I think it's still. Oh, Quickmath, nice circle.
It did go their way. There is 4 alive, so it still stands strong with these ones. Washout. He is now being pushed upon. Oko's there with him. Simsy's making his way up, but the rest of Besiktas, they are close by, but he's just fully focused on this one. That's a nice nade as well, can he? Oh, it does. Wow. So it kills off Washout, knocks Oko, another one coming out as well. And Moonwolf, they took control. They went over from military base on the boats, but it may not pay off for them long term here.
And I like that Besiktas are committing to this one. They know they need to deal with these players before they can make a push anywhere else. They do not want to have them behind them once they make the push on, because once they do decide to go east, I mean, there's going to be a whole lot of other teams that have to deal with there.
Well, Resu and Edukos, they just got the hell out of there, but now they're under fire from Maxizor, but he's on his own. So the rest of Avangar are closer together, dealing with Tornado. Maxizor could get overrun here, 2v1, but he finds himself the nade, knock onto it. Oh, and he just completely destroys him. Maxizor, one-man armying it up.
Not a whole lot more they could do. They were running for cover, being shot at by 4AK, I believe, as well. And Maxizor was the one there to deal the damage needed and securing himself 2 points, 2 needed points, I'd say, for Avangar.
Now this is great because Maxwell's right by the circle. He's got a lot of information up here. The rest of Avangar can still work their way in. They know they've kept Tornado at bay for the longest time here.
Riddle is sitting. I mean, Riddle were eliminated early. They did get a couple of kills, but I mean, think about this one. Avangar, they're, I believe, 8 points out right now, right?
Yeah.
If they can come into tomorrow in 12th, so it's we need to just keep this spot, not get pushed down. That's gonna be mentally a lot better for them. Combat, I'm just gonna stand out in the open and heal. No one's gonna look at me. No one is going to look at him because he's all by himself.
He's still there. He's still running forward.
Heal and run. Heal and run. Heal and run. That's all you can do.
And Noctiv looking to pop the tires and ensure there is going to be no great escapes made in vehicles anytime soon around him.
12 teams still alive in all of this chaos that we've been able to see so far. 11 bullets left for Se7en. Course, far from optimal. I hope he has a 5.56 gun on the other side of things. If not, then he's gonna go click, 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 click for the rest of the game, and that's not gonna help his team a whole lot.
Maxizor long range gets picked off by Ultra there. The rest of Avangar have started to work their way in closer to him, but Maxizor's just gonna be instantly finished off. Compot's even got a kill onto the deep as well. How is this even possible?
From a distance, he sees him from behind. Just get the damage in before you go down yourself, and he does manage to secure himself 1 kill. Before eventually being taken out in 12th place. New circle. Quickmath? No. We're going center. But more importantly, we're going out into the open. The entire western side of this circle. You can see what they have here. A couple of trees. That's about it.
It's going to be that gamble on the road as well.
Avangar used all their utility already, and there's still a couple of more circles to be played.
They've been fighting non-stop instead of out getting more aggressive here. Now they're dealing with Besiktas. Tomil heavily under pressure. He doesn't go down, and him and Tok will just back away from each other. Already 6 kills up, though, is a solid start for them early on. This is the Avangar we were hoping we would see.
Important kills coming in as well. We talked about the leaderboard before, but also just the fact that they've been so quiet over the last couple of games. Good to see them get back in on the shooting action. Because there's those games where you might get a good placement. I mean, Maxizor snuck his way to the 3rd place that one game, right? But if you don't get to shoot, if you don't you just don't get warmed up like you want to. Sure, it doesn't really matter too much now. It's the last game of the day, but still.
Oh, brilliantly held here from Quickmath. They just waited him out. Nades came in as well, but Misse will pick up the kills. And Quickmath will eliminate PGA team.
They pushed across too. Really great play from Quickmath and containing PG. They knew. They mean, where's the counterplay? There is the one.
Avoki's like, okay, I'm just going to creep back into this smoke. This is less than ideal. This is not what I expected. Nixties, you got the shack, mate. Oh, if he goes around him, this could be interesting. Simzi's well aware of what's going on, though. The damage being done. Ultra taking the shots on Avoki as well. He's trying to use that smoke as some cover, but it's not going to work out just yet. And Ultra, Nixties, he gets found. This is huge. Simzi, where are you, buddy? You got to help your teammates out. You can't back away from this one. Lux is still up there.
Great help coming from Avangar, forcing Ultra to look to the side just for a split second, allowing for Nixties to get the knock on in there. Of course, there's still plenty more kills to have to be found here if they want to do anything to call themselves safe in this area of the map.
Any nades for 4AK. Now would be the time to try and use them, boys.
Enough if he wants to help in from the side. Lux, he's got his head on him. Simsi once again forced back down.
He was seen and he instantly turned away. He wasn't willing to engage in this one just yet. The thing here for Avangar is they are very split.
Yeah, you can see this push and Octave has to make across the open. Most likely not going to happen unless he gets going now. Tok does manage to land a headshot, gets the knock in towards Tomil as well. So as much as Besiktas wants to finish this one and say, guys, just let us deal with this and then we'll take you guys afterwards, nobody are giving them a chance to breathe it through.
No tag team, they get found, and it's Aros that's the one that goes down. Rita, the solo player, able to get the job done.
Next is, and what can you do from this position, buddy? All you can do already at this point is just hoping that Havoki can hold him off. And the thing is that had there been nades available, they would have been thrown already.
Yeah.
But so that he shouldn't be too afraid of. but he needs Savaki. Every single time someone peeks around the corner, he needs him there to help him out.
Detonator down on the floor, hoping no one's going to push him yet. Maybe they have an element of surprise. Gifted Rue taking the shots towards Quickmath. But again, they're still picking up kills here.
Standing strong, proving us wrong. Ooh, it rhymed.
That would have been so perfect if you didn't say, ooh, it rhymed at the end of it all.
I didn't think about it. 2-0, he's going to get taken down. Misa finds one in return. Fortunately for them, they're trying to make themselves some space, and at least for now, it seems like Tuho will be able to get back up on his feet, allowing for them to push further forward. But where do you push here? You have Winside still up on the other side. Ooh, Gifted might just have spotted one, but he's a solo player, and he's not going to want to engage in anything. So I say that.
Takes the shots. Peltz is now prone. They're all looking towards him.
Yeah, what are you going to do after
Zen
that?
are also looking towards him.
Exactly. They were like no Quickmath players were looking his direction a second ago.
Oh, nice nade coming out there. That's going to be very close to him. A lot of damage done to Gifted Rue, and now he's going to really struggle to push forward on this one. Rita's eventually found, and it's Edelweiss the one to be able to do it.
After all the chaos, we've just netted ourselves into placement points. Tuck, they know he's up there still. He's just sitting. Hawaki has been taken down. That's a safety net. Eliminated or taken away. And Nixties is just doing anything he can to stay alive. I don't even know how he's still alive. Asteroid throwing 2 in from a distance. Everything is going in the favor of Nixties, and 4 AK being helped so damn well from Avangar.
That is huge. Lux and Tomil trying to flush him out. The molly goes down. Tomil gets knocked. This is huge. He is burning alive, though, and 4 AK go out in 6th, but a well-held attempt. A lot of help from Avangar coming in there. And now Lux, he's the solo one left alive. His teammate was knocked. The Nixties will still pick up the kill onto Tomil.
That cost them so much more than what they thought it was going to in the beginning. Zoekt Een Naam eliminated. Tark and Asteroid helping out one another. All of a sudden, though, it's just Tark left alive. 9 kills, though, for Avangar. Great turnaround, and Misa and Quickmath as well. 5 kills so far. They've been fighting from start to finish, but now Misa is all alone.
Knocked players and Buster's going in for the finish off. Euro trying to find himself some cover. Misse taking extra damage here. This is going to be a hard one for him to fight off to, and Buster, he delivers it. He gets the job done, and they will see Quickmath going out in 4th place. That's 2 4th place, though, now. On top of the 1st, that's not a bad day again for Quickmath here, Toby.
Not at all. And C-Lux as well, a 2nd place, a win, and now a top 3. That's 3 games in a row, if you misheard me, in the top 3 in Lux. Well, we think he was the one to miss last game.
Yeah, we believe
now
so.
He has a chance to make up for it. I mean, they did win the game anyway, so it didn't really matter. But
make up for it, maybe just get additional kills.
Pull off a Simsi.
He could have had more kills, couldn't he?
Yeah, true.
Could have been an option, as Tok is still going to be toying with him, but the more shots you take, the more charge that Se7en have to go forward and take you guys down. They're up at 8 kills and 7. These are points they both Avangar and Se7en are in desperate needs of points.
For sure, Lux is sitting outside the circle. He's going to tank it. He knows this run is not going to be possible. He's going to go down, but a good game for them and a good performance today overall as well. Great performance coming in from Besiktas with just 3 games to go tomorrow. Frank now pushing towards. Not going to happen though. Basta is going to find the kill. Se7en going to secure the win here, and that's one of those, again, same thing we saw the final game yesterday where 4AK won. Everyone can win in this group.
It happens.
It's so crazy. Se7en pulling off a good win there. They played it so well around the street. They came down to the Swarm really early on. They just contained everything. Like, where have you guys been? Why have you not been doing this up until now? Does it really require absurd shifts of circles?
No.
They were landing in Mills of Power. That's how far east they were, right? And they still made it over and got a win.
It can
What does
happen.
it take? I mean, I don't know.
It all comes down to how it goes down on those individual fights we get to see there. That was a very difficult circle, though, to deal with straight off the bat for some of these teams. No real opportunity to get yourselves thoroughly into it. But both Se7en and Avangar, 2 of the teams we've been incredibly critical of their kind of downhill spiral, I think is the fair way to say it.
We can say that. Yeah.
And now, on this final game of today, they both came alive and said, you know what, we can play this. We can turn this around. We are here to show you that we are some of the best teams around.
I hope that that's going to be the motivational boost they'll need in order to get things going in tomorrow's games. And we'll have to see, because there's only 3 games left, James. Just 3 games left.
And then it's the kickoff cup. Then it's kickoff cup. That's what it's all about.
That's where things are going to go down when we get 12 Contenders teams up against 4 PEL teams fighting for 4 spots in the next phase of PEL. Gamerlegion as well, teams who mentioned. Sure, Bjorn wasn't here, but still, that's just a tough. Did they get 1 point on the day? I think Hamster got the 1 kill in this game. I'm not sure if they got any kills the other games. But the tough day, I mean, arguably this game, anyone could have gone out 16th place this game. It was just crazy from start to finish.
And this was just one of those ones where you say, whatever happens, happens. We rush into it. We'll just deal with it as it comes.
It's one of those, this is why we play 48 games type games.
And we have had a pretty, it's not been a completely chill week, but it's been a lot less crazy in terms of circles and what we've been able to see compared to some of the normal ones we get, Toby, that I enjoy so much. So I think the teams won't complain too much about this one.
No, it's always good fun to rattle it up a little bit. Nixie's got to give it to him, though, even though a bit of help came in. I mean, him and Avangar held it off, and then Avangar came to help with that good nade from a distance, but really impressive in how long they were able to stay put for. And here as well, Tuck staying alive for as long as he could. A lot of points accumulated for Avangar, as you said, well needed, because Riddle went out early, and I think this is actually going to throw them into tomorrow's games in 12th.
Yeah, Riddle went out in 14th place in the end.
Exactly.
And one thing you were saying about 4AK for Nixties and Avoki there, I was just really impressed that they were able to hold on, because many people would make a bad decision on that because of how it all goes down. But Avangar, they'll walk away with 15 points at the end of that, Toby. A big step up for them, and that's exactly what they would have needed. Still 11 points in total, though, for Besiktas. So overall, their day's been sick.
And one team that I'm looking at right now off of this, PG18. These are the 2 teams that are sitting below you right now. They just got to win in a second place. You were in 3rd. All of a sudden, I mean, sure, they won't surpass you just yet. There's still a bit of a gap up there.
Yep.
But they're clawing. They're coming up. Then you have got to be on your A game tomorrow to make sure that you're not sitting in the final game like, oh, wait, do we need 3 kills? Do we need 4 kills? You just want to be safe. You want to say, sure, we might not get money, but we're safe now. We're in it.
And don't forget, 4AK on Miramar. They are a team that do not shy away from continuing on with their style and trying to get the job done here.
14 kill win yesterday. Goes to show, if they can pull off just one of them tomorrow, things could look very different.
And what will also look quite different is Francario going up against Tok on this head-to-head side of things. It was Tok able to do a lot with it, but at least Francario, he was able to hold on for 7 to ensure that, yes, he did 273 damage, but he got the 2 kills alongside it. So when we look at this, Avangar now 4 points ahead, got themselves into 12th place, just above Riddle. So these guys are back in 4thing the entire way through. And Quickmath, they've nearly made it to 300 points now. And what they started today at 247 off memory, I think they started today with.
Besiktas are in 2nd place. That's an insane day for them.
They went from 8th for the beginning of this week.
That is and they were the one that had a gap up to the teams above them, right? They have just been playing insanely well over the last couple of games. And PG, I mean, sure, there's a bit of the gap is still there. I mean, it's 13 points down towards Moonwolf. I think they're 23 actually, even bigger than that. But it's a solid gap from PG down to Moonwolf, but still. Moonwolf have had wins, 7, just won a game. Avangar, they got themselves a good 2nd place in this one too. And 3 games, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to call it, but it's going to be really tricky.
It is going to be tricky. There's a lot of maths to be done there. I'm not on about the Quickmath team this time around. I think when it comes down to it, a lot of these teams are going to be doing number crunching. They're also going to be looking at all the other Miramar demos we've seen recently and probably just seeing if there are any little adaptations they can make going into tomorrow to ensure that they can do better than before. Also,
if you want to go up against Riddle rather than Avangar, for example, right? And your team is already guaranteed your top spot, you just jump on them to eliminate them early. Could you imagine? It's going to put you in a better situation, arguably, to let one of the, at least right now, statistically lesser good teams than the other team go through.
True.
Like, the worse your competition, the bigger your chance that you win. I'm not saying that Riddle is worse than Avangar. I'm just saying that if you have a team you prefer to go up against, for example, if you're Besiktas and saying we're constantly fighting Avangar, imagine a finals on LAN where you just don't have to fight them at all. That's going to be you having a full rotation longer without that engagement because it's always that one same team you run into. If you can eliminate them now without any risk, it's going to look extremely rude, but off of what you get out of it, they could be worth it.
You can't say as well, there's no reason for them not to do it.
No, there's perfectly reason for it.
Besiktas are in a great spot right now. There's nothing for them to lose. They've had 2 solid days coming out here in terms of just points they've been able to achieve.
Yeah.
But we're done, Toby. 3 more games. It's all that remains for this phase out of everything you have seen here, guys. We've got Miramar coming tomorrow. It should be at 7 p.m. CST. As always, it was only changed today because of the update. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. As always, we'll be back for one last attempt at this to see who will be our final 12 teams going to Berlin and who else will have to replay across the Contenders games and say, all right, I got to try again next time. We'll see you.